So when it comes to the Hollow Earth, I don't really think there's a lot of creatures that could survive it. I mean, this is an area where you have to be very, very careful. Oh, but humans can do it. Yeah, but that's kind of like giving Batman prep time to survive in the Hollow Earth and giving them their materials and constant monetization. Yeah, they would be able to survive down there, especially if the Iwi can. I mean, they're less advanced in a way here. But today we're going to see if this wonderful mother and son duo of Ogra, the adult, and Gorgo, the younger one, are capable of surviving the Hollow Earth. And well, believe it or not, there's a lot of things we have to go over because, believe it or not, mom and son are actually pretty dangerous when it comes to their renditions, especially in the comics, which is what we'll be using here today. Now, this is important here because we're going to be using every relative. Okay, what did I say? Every what? Relative creature within the Hollow Earth. Okay, so it'll go from your smallest and ferocious pack of wart dogs. Yeah, we'll just give them a pack of wart dogs because again, it's not gonna matter. It's basically a 2v. What was it? 17? I mean, geez, how many wart dogs were there? And all the way, we're gonna go all the way to Shimo. So from the wart dogs all the way to Shimo. Okay, so obviously full scaling, full backing, and everything for everyone. If you guys have wondered what the monsterverse scales, to my opinion, then you can go watch some of my Can They Solo the Monsterverse videos, and well, you would actually understand that they get to large planetary to dwarf star level. All right. Now, I know someone's going to complain in the comments, but without further ado, let's actually begin here. How strong are the mother and son duo of Gorgo and Ogra? Now, keep in mind when I talk about these two, they do everything together, including being able to fight against and tank attacks from these alien spaceships, which were known to destroy planets. And they took attacks from multiple, and I mean multiple hits from these spaceships. So you could easily get Gorgo and Ogra to planetary plus, if not multi-planetary. And this will probably get them to large planetary as well here, because again, each ship can destroy a planet. And they're casually able to take the firepower from these ships. And being able to react to them and catch them, which would put them at FTL speeds when it comes to the reaction and combat speed. And believe it or not, they're able to fight against monsters that are able to damage them and straight up overpower them still here. So again, Gorgo and Ogra are able to tank planetary busting attacks quite casually and fight against monsters that just simply would exceed that. So this already gives them, again, you can scale this a plethora of ways here, but mainly in the planetary line. So they already would have planetary to, at their highest, large planetary levels of attacks. Because again, multiple ships being able to destroy a planet by themselves, and they're all attacking both of them. So even the baby has planetary feats. Oh man, this is absolutely great. Yeah, I don't think y'all really get it. This is absolutely hilarious because this little baby, right, is already out here taking atomic bombs that can literally form new islands, even volcanic explosions that were able to create new islands themselves here, and yet the baby's already out here tanking this. Bro's just a little kid, a little monster, and he's casually doing it and is just curious about even atomic missiles. And yet he's out here tanking and even ripping apart alien spaceships that were known to survive and destroy planets. Little bro got game. I was not familiar, all right? So, with that being said, that wraps up the scaling. They're planetary at their lowest, large planetary at their highest, and then they're also faster than light when it comes to their combat and reaction speed. So, with that being said here, yeah, we're going to start off with this pack of wart dogs. Yeah, they're getting dusted. It doesn't matter how many we actually saw in the movie, even though these guys do seem pretty interesting. I definitely would like a monsterverse ecology book where it kind of describes what they hunt and then just kind of draws it. Not a novelization, by the way, an actual ecology book. Okay, I would actually like that. Like to read it, like to look at the pictures and what they describe. Kind of like how Star Wars did with their creatures. But again, I guess I'm asking for too much, right? And well, believe it or not, Ogra and Gorgo would probably just kill a couple of them, and then the rest would just eventually retreat. Because again, these creatures are easily intimidated. So this means mom and son not only survive the wart dogs, but they move on with literally no difficulty whatsoever. Now, next up, we do have the Drowned Viper, and believe it or not, I actually see Ogra, which is the mother, doing this by herself here. Again, just protecting her child. And keep in mind, Gorgo and Ogra are great in underwater combat, even fighting against serpents or their own version of a sea serpent in their comics. So, what's the Drowned Viper supposed to do? I mean, it didn't do too hot against Kong, was able to hurt him, but again, didn't do too hot in the end now, did it? And again, unfortunate. This is a very cool kaiju, in my opinion, but hey, it gotta die and it gotta get eaten. It is what it is here. Now, next up, we have the warbats. And yeah, understandably, I would put the warbats this low because, again, of their performance against Kong. And in all honesty, I think they are some of the top apex predators of the Hollow Earth, at least from what we've seen. I do think the warbats themselves here do live at the top of the food chain outside of the Kongs. And well, I don't see any issue with, Gorgo and Ogra having to deal with one or two of them. I mean, their skin can't be penetrated. You need specialized materials, right? Just to get through even the baby skin. And yet, again, these war bats they are powerful. I guess you could say that they are able to harm, Kong. But again, Kong had no idea what was down there when he went into the Hollow Earth in Godzilla vs. Kong. So, in all honesty, he was kind of just caught lacking. And then again, he was also still recovering from the sedatives that they gave him, which probably would be like close to overdosing him, considering they had to do it twice. So, yeah, it is what it is here. And then we have the Scar King above the Warbats. And obviously, I'm not going to put the fodder Kong army that he had here because Gorgo and Ogra are just going to whoop it out here. But the thing about Scar King is, bro is legit in the same category as Lockdown. He is a fraud. Now, he's not fully on Fraud Watch because, again, the performance he did do against Kong was great. He was relative to base Kong. The only problem he had was, well, his overconfidence and the sheer fact that, again, Kong was confirmed to be the strongest of the apes. So all he really needed to do was really just get his hands on Scar King. And again, the novelization does confirm that Kong would have killed him if he got his hands on him again. So, well, you could probably say Scar King is a fraud, but again, he is, being able to tank punches from Kong, and actually does show that he can fight against Kong in some relative fashion here. But again, against this duo, nope, he's getting ripped apart. Like Colossus did from Days of Futures Past, just getting ripped apart right then and there. And in all honesty, I don't see any problem for Gorgo and Ogra so far. But let's move on to Kong himself. Beast Glove and all. And in all honesty, if these two met, like in an actual scenario here where these two actually just like met, I think Gorgo and Ogra would actually like Kong. I actually think it would be kind of cool to see Gorgo and Suko kind of just like have like a buddy date, like a play date or something like that, where they're both like friends of each other's families and stuff. But again, back to the battle itself here. Kong is definitely stronger than Gorgo. However, the problem is here is that Gorgo can land more blows than Kong. Kong at best is relativistic in speeds. That means he's close to the speed of light. However, Gorgo and Ogra are faster than light. when it comes to their combat and reaction speed. Meaning they could dodge a large majority of Kong's hits and just wail on him after that. They could actually land more blows over and over and over again. So it really wouldn't matter. And I mean, yeah, Kong is powerful. Kong is definitely stronger, but they have better durability feats than he does. And believe it or not, yeah, he should be able to. They would be able to wear him out after that. I'm just saying they got better stamina, better endurance, better durability, and better combat reaction speed. So it is what it is here. And believe it or not, I think that just leaves us with Shimo. Huh. Gotta think of it. Didn't think we would get here so quickly, in my opinion. But well, since we're here, might as well talk about it, right? So Shimo, great grandma herself, ice baby. All right. So Shimo herself being able to freeze on the atomic level. She's stronger than Godzilla evolved. Eat your heart out. But the thing is, she doesn't have too many good speed feats, in all honesty. And I think that is going to be the problem here. I do think Shimo's, ice breath and stuff could be a problem to Gorgo and Ogra, but they've also been like launched into the vacuum of space and were just fine. So I don't know. I'm not too sure if Shimo's ice breath would do too much damage to them, in all honesty. But I do think it would be a worthwhile challenge for them, in all honesty. So, with that being said here, they honestly would just tag team her, definitely flank her from both sides, in all honesty, and use their greater speed and the fact that they can still harm her to their advantage here. So, the mother and son duo actually do clear Hollow Earth with at best mid difficulty, in all honesty. But yeah, I think that is gonna cover it today. Gorgo and Ogra actually do deserve a lot more love than they actually, deserve here. Because again, a matter of fact, no, sorry, they need more love. They deserve it. And I mean, these guys definitely would be perfect to bring into the monsterverse as kind of like a parallel between Godzilla and Godzilla Jr., but just a mother and son duo. I think it would actually be pretty cute if Godzilla Jr. and Ogra, or Gorgo, excuse me, actually just hung out and had their own buddy adventure. Just kind of like I'm thinking with Suko and Gorgo here. But that's going to be all today. Please comment, like, and subscribe, share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock. And I'll see you guys later for, let's see here. The Cyclonus video is up next. Peace.